So you want to start a Zen school.
What is the preparation for the food before they get there?
गुजराती में बोलूं कि इंग्लिश में बोलूं? I will speak both in Gujarati and English, so that you will follow. પ્રશ્ન ભારી છે. ભલે યોગ હોય કે ઝેન હોય કે કોઈ પણ બીજો વિષય હોય, મુદ્દાની વાત શું છે? જેના દિલમાં પ્યાર નથી, જે દિલ કોઈને માફ નથી કરી શકતું, એને માટે આ માર્ગ સદંતર બંધ છે. માટે આ બધું શરૂ કરવાની અગાઉ પ્રશ્ન પૂછવો જોઈએ કે મારામાં બીજા ઇન્સાનને માટે, આ પ્યારની વાત કરે તો ઢીંગલા ઢીંગલીની નહીં, કોઈ બી ઇન્સાન મનુષ્યને માટે આપણા દિલમાં એટલો પ્રેમ છે કે, અને કોઈ આપણી સાથે કાંઈ પણ કર્યું હોય તો આપણે તેને માફ કરી શકીએ છીએ કે? એ જો ના થતું હોય ને તો આ માર્ગ બિલકુલ બંધ છે. માટે પહેલે આ સવાલ તમારા મનમાં અને તમારા હૃદયમાં પૂછી જજો. આ સવાલનો જવાબ, સાચો જવાબ શું છે, એ થયા પછી જ આ બધું સમજવાનું, આ બધી પ્રેક્ટિસ કરવાનું પછી રાખજો. You see, my friends, I have been telling them that before you take this road, whether it is yoga, whether it is Zen, whether it is religion, whatever it is, if the heart cannot love another human being, or the heart cannot forgive another human being, this path is close to that human being. Do you get my point? This is the basis. If you can ask this question to yourself and get the answer that yes, you are capable of really loving another person and forgiving all the wrongs that you have experienced from another person, if you can do that, then only you will be able to walk on this path, not otherwise. You follow me? This is the basis. Many a person jumps on this path, but then slowly, gradually, he becomes cool to the whole issue. And many a time he leaves the path, because virtually he is not able to really love, and is not able to really forgive. This is the basis. Do you get my point? The body that God has given us is a holy temple within which resides the living God. Do you get my point? If this body and mind are not clean enough to be the holy temple for the living God inside, all talk of philosophy, yoga, Zen is of no avail. હું શું કહેવા માંગુ છું કે ભગવાને જે આપણને આ શરીર આપેલું છે એ એક સુંદર મંદિર છે, અને અંદર જે બેઠા છે એ જીવતા જાગતા ભગવાન બેઠા છે. અને આ મંદિર જો તેને લાયક ન થઈ શકતું હોય, જેને આપણે બોડી એન્ડ માઇન્ડ કહીએ છીએ, આ જો એને લાયકનું ન થતું હોય, પવિત્ર ન બની શકતું હોય, તો પછી જાત્રા ને ભટકવું ધામે ધામ આ બધું ફોકટ છે. ભગવાનનું આપેલું આ શરીર જે છે એને જો પવિત્ર તમે ન બનાવી શકો અને એની અંદરના ભગવાનને જો ખરેખર રીતે ન જોઈ શકો ને ન પૂજી શકો, તો આ બધું કીધેલું વ્રત છે. આ બહુ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ પોઈન્ટ છે. See, I have been telling them that unless you can keep your body and mind like a holy, clean temple, so that the living God can live there and you can see and worship that God, all other talk, all other knowledge is of no avail. It's no use having a theory, it's no use having a mental concept that within me is the soul or within me is the God, living God residing. We have to experience this. And to experience this, every cell in our body, every cell has to be redeemed. Then only there is salvation, not otherwise. To that end we have to work. આ શરીરમાં કરોડો સેલ્સો છે. એક એક સેલને જો આપણે આગળ ન લઈ જઈએ આપણી સાથે, એને જો ન એજ્યુકેશન મળે, એ જો એવા ને એવા જ રહે આપણામાં, એ જો પૂરેપૂરા ઇન્સાન ના બને, આ એક કરોડો સેલ જો ઇન્સાન ના બને, તો આપણે ઇન્સાન તરીકે એક ફોર્મ રહી જશે. હકીકતમાં આપણે ઇન્સાન ના બનશું. માટે યોગ જ્યારે આપણે શરૂ કરીએ છીએ, કોને માટે? આપણે જ્યારે કહીએ છીએ કે મારું અંદરનું ડેવલપમેન્ટ થાય છે કે નથી થતું, એ કોણ વિચારે છે ને કોણ અનુભવે છે, એ બહુ ઇમ્પોર્ટન્ટ સબ્જેક્ટ છે. You see, my friends, when we say that I want to progress on the path, who is advancing on the path? Who is asking or telling that I want to advance on the path? Is the mind saying it? Is the heart saying it? Who is saying it? And who is advancing? We have only vague ideas, very, very vague ideas about the path, about the methods, about the progress. There is nothing whatsoever you can do on this path. There is nothing whatsoever you can talk about progress. God has structured you in transcendence. If God has not structured you in transcendence, you can never hope to ever transcend. But we have some very, very vague ideas about what is possible, what is not possible. હું શું કહેવા માંગુ છું કે જો ભગવાને આપનામાં કંઈક એવી પવિત્ર શક્તિ ન મૂકી હતે, તો આ બધા યોગ કરવા છતાંય આપણેથી એક કદમ આગળ ન પહોંચાતે. ખૂબી તો એ જ છે કે ભગવાને આપણને ભગવાન તરીકે બનાવ્યા છે, ભગવાન જેવા જ બનાવ્યા છે. પણ હું આવો છું, હું આવો છું, હું તેવો છું, એ જ આપણા ખ્યાલમાં છે. માટે આપણે એવા ને તેવા જોઈએ છીએ. ખરું પૂછો તો કાંઈ પણ કરવાની જરૂર નથી. જો ભગવાને આપણામાં એટલી બધી પવિત્ર શક્તિ મૂકી હોય તો આપણે શું કરવાની જરૂર છે? તો પછી આપણે જે આ દેખાઈએ છીએ તેવા કેમ રહ્યા છીએ? આપણી ઊંઘ કેમ નથી ઉઠતી? આ બધા સવાલને માટે હૃદય બહુ ચોખ્ખું હોવું જોઈએ. આપણું મન બહુ સુંદર હોવું જોઈએ. અને એમાં જે દખલ થાય છે મારા તાળાની, એને જ લીધે આપણે આ કિનારે રહી જઈએ છીએ અને પેલી કિનારે પૂગતા નથી. You see, my friend, we are very anxious always to read this, to read that, or to go here, or to go there. Why? Why are we anxious to read this and read that, or hear him or hear that person? Why? Why do we ourselves underrate ourselves? Which person is better or superior than your own self? Because you think that knowledge is outside of you, that spirituality is outside of you, that the path is outside of you. Why do you go from here to there? From this school to that, to this person to that, from this book to that. Why? What is wanting? What is lacking? તમે સમજો છો શું કહેવા માંગુ છું? આપણે ભટકીએ છીએ. શા માટે? અહીંથી ત્યાં, ત્યાંથી ત્યાં, આને સમજવા જઈએ, પેલાને સમજવા જઈએ. શા માટે? તમારામાં શું ખોટ છે એ મને જાણવું છે. તમારામાં શું ખોટ છે? તમે એમ માનો છો કે તમારા કરતા હું પવિત્ર છું? તમે એમ માનો છો કે તમારા કરતા હું વધારે જાણું છું? કેમ કોશિશ નથી કરતા જોવા માટે કે તમે કોણ છો? જ્યાં સુધી તમે કોઈ મારા જેવાને શોધશો ત્યાં સુધી તમે તમે જ રહેશો. See, I have been telling them that so long as you search a person, you will not be able to search and find yourself. There is no man outside of you superior to you. No man. Because the main reason is you have no confidence in yourself. Why do you think for a moment that I know more than you or he knows more than you? Which man can be or boast to be superior to another man? Why don't you sit for 5 minutes peacefully and see yourself? If there is the fountain of spirituality within you, If the living God is within you, what is without? What is outside of you? Who can then teach you more than the living God within you? All outside teachers are meaningless. They can't convey anything. Maximum they can convey is what you know. Nothing more. તમે સમજ્યા હું શું કહેવા માંગુ છું? કોઈ પણ બહારનો ગુરુ છે જ નહીં. ગુરુ એક જ છે જે અંદર બેઠો છે અને તે વાહ જોઈને બેઠો છે કે આ કારે મારી તરફ જોશે અને આપને ફરસું નથી એની તરફ જોવાની. અને આપણે બહાર ધોનીએ છીએ કોઈ ગુરુને, કોઈ પંડિતને, કોઈ શાસ્ત્રીને કે કાંઈક તમને નોલેજ આપે. કોઈ પાસે કાંઈ નોલેજ નથી કે જે તમને આપી શકે. કારણ કે જયારે જીવતો જાગતો ભગવાન જ તમારામાં બેઠો છે તો પછી તેને ઇન્સલ્ટ કરીને તમે બહાર કાં ધૂણવા જાઓ છો? અને આ ફિલોસોફી નથી, હકીકત છે. Only when we have never made an effort to see within ourselves, then nature has to bring upon us certain circumstances that may be bitter, and then only we sometimes cry and then look inside. But if with a smiling face you can look inside, nature will have no reason to make you cry. Honestly, I'm telling you this. જ્યારે આપણે નથી જ જોવા માંગતા અંદર, ત્યારે ભગવાન આપણને એવું આપણા પર વરસાવે છે કે આપને રડવું આવે. અને રડતા રડતા આપણી આંખ સાફ થાય ત્યારે આપણે અંદર જોવાની ઈચ્છા કરીએ. પણ જો હસતા હસતા જ અંદર જોઈ લઈએ ને તો ભગવાનને આ બધું ન કરવું પડે આપણા પર. ખોટો જુલમ આપણા પર થાય છે અને એ જુલમ આપણે માંગીએ છીએ કારણ કે આપણને હસતા હસતા નથી જોવું, રડીને જોવું છે. સમજો? So my friend, what do you want to know now? Tell me. Tell me what you want to know. Have you got some idea of the host and the guest? Or have I not answered your question? Or you want to know something else? Okay, I will begin in my own way. This entire universe, this earth, this world on which we live, is all based on a rhythm. Is all based on a rhythm. If we can live with that same rhythm, we'll function with this world and this universe with that same rhythm. When we go out of tune, we seem to be left behind. We seem to be alone. How to live with this rhythm? the rhythm of the earth, the rhythm of the universe. Because yoga, Zen, is rhythm and balance.
Can I just get one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there are two things which I see in
Yeah.
one is the whole existence has no rhythm.
Yeah.
This is an empty thing which you have to create a rhythm.
Yeah.
Then the other is you see there is a certain rhythm.
Yeah.
If the existence has created it.
Right.
Now if the existence has created the rhythm,
Right.
then why it hasn't created the rhythm by itself,
Right.
inside us?
Right.
So we are going out of the rhythm.
This is a very good question. I'll come to you. Yes?
And the second part is more,
Yeah.
I think there is no rhythm.
Yeah.
We have to create a rhythm.
વાહ. તમે આ સવાલ સમજ્યો? આ પૃથ્વી છે, આ વિશ્વ છે, આ તો એનામાં રિધમ છે તો આપણામાં કેમ નથી? અને જો વિશ્વમાં અને પૃથ્વી પર રિધમ નથી તો આપણે કેમ ઉત્પન્ન કરવી? આ સવાલ છે. The question is, either there is rhythm in the universe on this earth, so it should be in us, or there is no rhythm anywhere. Have we to create it? That's the question. You see, today's modern science has come out with a theory of the Big Bang and also the theory of a total chaos out of which slowly order is emerging. While the Shastras say there never was chaos, there was always rhythm, and those who slowly break from this rhythm create chaos, whether they be a human being, whether they be a star, whether they be a galaxy. That is the idea of our Shastras. So, according to our Shastra, there is total rhythm everywhere. But each individual slowly, over a period, breaks this rhythm. Himself or herself. Yeah, speak out.
See, now, generally our idea and experience is because we are following a certain rhythm,
If you are following a rhythm, the question does not arise.
then I feel there is no problem that is created.
There is no problem that is created. But somehow, each one of us is slowly forgetting the rhythm. For example, I'll give you a concrete example without philosophy. When a child is born, its breathing is rhythmic. When a child is born, its breathing is rhythmic. That breathing continues till the child is about 27 months old. Then slowly, seeing the existence of chaos in the sense disharmony. Disharmony in the sense parents, teachers, others not living up to a laid down rhythm.
The question will come now,
Yeah,
if the child has the rhythm,
yeah.
how can it lose the rhythm?
It doesn't lose. It is made to lose. When it sees the parents getting angry with each other, when it sees the teacher getting angry with other children, slowly the child reflects and says, what is wrong? Is this the way of life?
There will be another question, the child is not happy with the rhythm.
No, the question does not arise at all. You see, the question is, according to Patanjali, wrong questioning. You see, if we go on asking questions and theorizing, there will be no end. After about 1 million years, we will be where we are. The question is that we are born with rhythm, but we see so much of the adult around us as a child. showing various types of negative emotions. So the child slowly develops this negative attitude in life. This is the whole trouble. We feel that we are born imperfect or we are imperfect. If we think we are imperfect, we will be imperfect. But we have to live in a particular manner. This particular manner of living is not associated with normal life. This particular way of living is classed as a particular type of spiritual behavior. There is nothing spiritual and there is nothing material. You see? Everything is spiritual. But it depends upon how we translate each situation. If we translate the situation incorrectly, then we go towards an incorrect solution. Each human being, though seeing the same thing, understands in different manner. This different manner of understanding leads to different way of living. શું કહેવા માંગુ છું કે ભગવાનની રચના જે છે એમાં પૂરેપૂરી રિધમ છે. પણ જ્યારે જ્યારે આપણે આપણા મનમાં નેગેટિવ ઇમોશન્સ ઊભા કરીએ અને નેગેટિવ ઇમોશન્સ આપની આજુબાજુ જોઈએ ત્યારે આપણે આસ્તે આસ્તે એ રિધમથી દૂર જતા થઈએ છીએ. અને જ્યારે આપણે એ રિધમથી દૂર થતા જઈએ ત્યારે એક જાતની આપણામાં અશાંતિ ફેલાય છે. જ્યારે આપણામાં એ અશાંતિ દાખલ થાય છે ત્યારે એ બીજ બની જાય છે આપણી દરેક રીતની અશાંતિ મેળવવામાં. સવાલ એ નથી કે ભગવાને શું શાંતિ રચી છે કે નહીં, એ સવાલ નથી. સવાલ એ હોવો જોઈએ કે મારામાં શાંતિ છે કે નહીં. જો મારામાં શાંતિ ન હશે તો બધું જ મને અશાંત લાગશે. જો મેં કાલા ચશ્મા પહેર્યા હશે તો બધું કાલું જ દેખાશે અને લાલ ચશ્મા પહેર્યા હશે તો બધું લાલ જ દેખાશે. દુનિયા લાલ નથી પણ આપણે દેખાય છે લાલ. માટે આપણામાં કેટલી શાંતિ છે એ બહુ જ અનુભવવાની જરૂર છે. આપણે શાંતિ ના અનુભવીએ તો બધું સુખ બેકાર છે. જયારે કરોડપતિ પથારીમાં બીમાર થઈને પડેલો છે તો એ કરોડપતિના માટે કરોડો રૂપિયાની કિંમત કેટલી? કાંઈ નહીં. તેમ આપણે કરોડપતિઓ છીએ પણ પથારીમાં બીમાર માણસની માફક સુટેલા છીએ. એટલે આપણે માટે એક કરોડો રૂપિયાની દોલત ખજાનો એ ફોકટ જાય છે. So, my friends, the purpose is, or the fact is, that we are not poor. We are not poor physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, in any particular manner. We are not poor. But like a very rich man lying in bed, sick, and finding all his treasure useless to him, we are finding the treasures we have as useless to ourselves because there is no communication. When there is communication, there is wisdom. Where there is communication, there is peace of mind. But we are missing in communication. Communication with what? With whom? Communication with our own self. Communication with other selves. And therefore, when this communication is broken, a certain type of harmony is lost. How to re-establish this communication is yoga, is Zen. જો તાર ટપાલ રેડિયો ટીવી કાંઈ જ ન હોય તો આ દુનિયામાં શું થાય છે એનું આપને કંઈક ભાન હોય જ નહીં. આગળ એવું જ હતું ને કે એક ગામમાં જ્યાં આપણે જીવતા હોય એટલું જ જાણીએ અને પૃથ્વી પર બીજે શું થાય છે એનું કાંઈ જ ભાન ન હોય. એનું કારણ એ હતું કે કોમ્યુનિકેશન ન હતું. આજે કોમ્યુનિકેશન હોવાથી પૃથ્વીનો દરેક ભાગ આપણી આંખ સામે આવી શકે છે. આજે તમે સ્ટાર ટેલિવિઝનની ઉપર શું નથી જોઈ શકતા? એ કોમ્યુનિકેશન જે આપણામાં હોવું જોઈએ એ નથી. કોમ્યુનિકેશન આપણી અંદર, એ કોમ્યુનિકેશન નથી. એ ટેલિવિઝન એ સેટ નથી આપણી પાસે. આ બહારના સેટો ઘણા છે, એમાં આપણે શું જોઈ શકીએ? જો અંદરનું ટેલિવિઝન ચાલુ થાય, જો અંદરના કોમ્યુનિકેશન ચાલુ થાય તો કઈ આપણે ખ્યાલ આવે કે આ પૃથ્વી શું છે, આ વિશ્વ શું છે, આ બધું શા માટે છે, હું કોણ છું, હું એકલો છું કે હું બધામાં છું. આ બધું આપણને ભાન ત્યારે આવે કે જ્યારે આપણે કોમ્યુનિકેશન સ્ટાર્ટ કરીએ ત્યારે. અને કોમ્યુનિકેશન સ્ટાર્ટ કરવું એટલે જ યોગા, એટલે જ ઝેન, એટલે જ બધું. પણ કોમ્યુનિકેશન કર્યા વગર ખાલી વાતો જ જો કર્યા કરીએ તો ફિલોસોફી, અને ફિલોસોફીમાં કોઈનું કલ્યાણ થતું નથી, થયું નથી અને થવાનું નથી. આ બહુ જ અગત્યની વસ્તુ છે. જો તમે તમારું કોમ્યુનિકેશન સ્ટાર્ટ કરી શકતા હો તો તમને કેથે પણ જવાની જરૂર શું છે? કોઈને સાંભળવાની જરૂર શું છે? Can you see the inside of your body as you can see the outside of your body? Then why should we know what is a few thousand light years away from us in the universe? That is what we are trying to see today through our science. What is beyond a few million light years? We don't want to go a few centimeters inside and see what is our body inside. If we can see our organs, if we can see the communication system already structured by God and nature, which is remaining dormant because we have never cared to make use of it, then like the outside television that we see today, we shall be able to see with our inside television. Then we'll know how we are structured. Then we'll know how this earth is structured. Then we'll know how the universe is structured. Because you and I are both a universe. Understand, my friend? And that is more important. If we sit to philosophize, after a million years, we'll be where we are. As the Chinese proverb says, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. The first step is establish communication in your own self, within your body-mind system. If that communication can be established, there is no distant universe that you cannot comprehend. Philosophy is useless. Religion has no meaning. Temples and the idols therein have no meaning. There is no spiritual place, especially a spiritual place on this earth or in this universe. Because wherever you go, you create that spiritual place. Because you are spiritual. Because you are transcendental. If that is not the case, you go to Kasi, you go to Rishikesh, you go anywhere, and that place will remain as useless as any other place. And to understand the great rhythm that exists in this earth, in this universe, the first thing is to establish communication within us. There are many methods, and each one depends upon the temperament of the individual. Each method. તમે સમજ્યા શું કહેવા માંગુ છો? જો તમે પવિત્ર નથી તો કાશી પવિત્ર નથી, તો હિમાલય બી પવિત્ર નથી. અને તમે જો પવિત્ર છો તો જ્યાં જાઓ એ જગા બધી જ પવિત્ર છે. તમે બેઠા છો એ જગા બી પવિત્ર છે. પણ એ વાત હકીકત છે કે ફિલોસોફી છે એ માટે અંદરના તાર હિલવા જોઈએ. બહારથી સારંગી વગાડવામાં કાંઈ ફાયદો નથી. અંદરના તાર ચાલવા જોઈએ. અંદરથી મ્યુઝિક નીકળવો જોઈએ, તો મજા જ આવશે. નહીં તો પછી સ્પેસશીપમાં બેસીને આખો બ્રહ્માંડ જોવા જાઓ, કાંઈ જોવાનું મળશે નહીં. બધે પથ્થર દેખાશે અને ધૂળ, કારણ કે તમારામાં પથ્થર ને ધૂળ છે. અને તે છોડીને તમે તમારામાં સોનું અને હીરા છે તે જોવા માંગતા નથી. આ બધું કરવા માટે જુદી જુદી મેથડો છે, અને દરેક ઇન્ડિવિજ્યુઅલને પોતાના મનમાં જે હોય એ પ્રમાણે જુદી જુદી મેથડ ને રસ્તો લેવાનો મન થાય છે. શા માટે હું 3 સ્ટેપ રિધમિક બ્રીથિંગ પર આટલો બધો ભાર મૂકું છું? કારણ કે જો તમારો શ્વાસ જ વિધમમાં ન ચાલશે તો તમારો માઇન્ડ વિધમમાં ન ચાલશે, અને તમારો માઇન્ડ વિધમમાં ન ચાલશે તો અંદરથી તમે કેવા રચાયેલા છો એ કભી બી તમે જોઈ શકશો નહીં. અને જે દિવસે તમે અંદરથી કેવા રચાયેલા છો એ જોઈ શકશો, તે દિવસે એકદમ ઉઠી જશો કે આ ભગવાન તું ને હું એક જ છીએ, આમ બોલ્યું છો. સમજ્યા? પણ એ એક અનુભવ છે, એ વાતો નથી. આપણે વાતો કરીએ છીએ, અનુભવ લેવા માંગતા નથી. You see, my friends, what I've been telling them is that our life is based on breath. We are born with the first breath, we die with the last breath. Is every breath a rhythmic breath? If every breath is a rhythmic breath, every thought will be a rhythmic thought. And if every thought is a rhythmic thought, every action will be a rhythmic action. And then suddenly you will be able to see within yourself. And when you will be able to see within yourself, you will be out of sheer joy. Jump and say, there is no difference between God and myself. But that should come not as a theory, not as philosophy, but as an experience. That momentary experience is enough. You will never lose it again, never. After that, there will be no question. After that, there will be no answer. You see? But that momentary experience is very necessary. And the joy of that experience is unforgettable. And for that, the easiest and the simplest method is to breathe a rhythmic breath, not for 5 minutes or half an hour, but to replace our wrong breathing with that rhythmic breath for all 24 hours. When that flows in you for all 24 hours, your mind will be a beautiful structure. And then you will need no one. But for that, very religiously, very strongly, very firmly, you must establish that rhythmic breath. In yoga it is called all-purpose breath. I have translated that all-purpose breath as 3-step rhythmic breathing. The 3 steps are technique, volume, rhythm. There is no necessity to know these 3 steps, but it is to make it easy to follow it. If you can then start breathing accordingly, you need no books, you need no teachers, because from within will swell up everything. When you see a rose blossoming, the rose has not been given anything from outside. It blossoms from inside. When a tree grows, it grows from inside. Only man believes that he has to add into himself, because he cannot grow from inside. He cannot grow from inside because he believes he cannot grow. That is the big mistake that we are making. We want to add into us from outside. And when we add into us from outside, we look as if a mule is loaded with gold, and the value of the gold to that mule is 0. So all the knowledge that we add from outside is 0 to us. We have to blossom from inside. And like water to the rose, for blossoming, for us to blossom from inside is to breathe this rhythmic breath from inside. હું શું કહેવા માંગુ છું? યોગામાં એક બ્રીધિંગ એક્સરસાઇઝ છે કે જેને ઓલ પર્પઝ બ્રેથ કહે છે. તેને હું 3-step rhythmic breathing તરીકે તમને સમજાવું છું. એ બ્રીધિંગ જો આપણે 24 કલાક કરીએ તો આપણું મન, આપણું ભટકતું મન એવું સુંદર અને સ્થિર થઈ જાય. અને જેમ એક ગુલાબ, એક કમલ જેમ અંદરથી બહાર આવે છે ને ઉગે છે, તેને કોઈ આમ ખોલતું નથી, તે પોતાના હાથે એમ ખુલે છે. તેમ ઇન્સાન જો આ બ્રીધિંગ, રિધમિક બ્રીધિંગ 24 કલાક ચલાવે તો એ અંદરથી આમ ખુલે. એ જ્યારે તે અંદરથી ખુલશે ત્યારે એને કાંઈ પણ જોઈશે નહીં. પણ આપણે શું ભૂલ કરીએ છીએ? આપણે બહારથી અંદર નાખીએ છીએ. કેટલો અંદર નાખશો? બહારથી જગ્યા છે કે અંદર નાખવાને માટે? આને જો અંદર નાખવાને માટે જગ્યા કરવી હશે ને તો જે તમે એકઠું કીધું છે ને તે પહેલા નાખી દેવું પડશે બહાર. ભિક્ષુ empty the boat. બુદ્ધ ભગવાન કહી ગયા શું? ભિક્ષુ empty the boat. આ જે આપણી બોટ છે ને એ ખાલી કર. એમાં જે કચરો ભરેલો છે બધો નાખી દે. તેને બદલે આપણે વધારે કચરો અંદર ભરીએ છીએ. પછી શું હાલ થાય? You understand, my friend, what I wish to say? Bolo. Yeah. So we come to this technique of rhythmic breathing. You see, our normal breath today, depending on our emotional and mental state, is from 11 to 20 a minute. It fluctuates any time of the day and is never steady. To keep it to a rhythm, the Shastras have searched for a rhythm and found a rhythm. As I told you, it is the rhythm of the earth. The rhythm of the earth, because it is solid rock everywhere we see, we don't see its moving rhythm. But you look at the ocean, you will see a moving rhythm. You see the ocean, the waves in the ocean, near the horizon. The rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. You see, the rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. This is the rhythm of every breath. If you can breathe, and for your convenience, we have made a tape. Do you have the tape here? If you can play it for us. There is a tape we have made with this music that conveys to us this rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. If we can go with this rhythm, what will happen? We will take a fixed number of 12 breaths per minute. And whatever the normal life, whatever the troubles that we may face in normal life, will not shatter our balance and rhythm, provided you have imposed this rhythm on yourself all 24 hours. To help you to do the breathing, we have a tape which we play and then continue the breathing. This breathing preferably is to be done whilst going to bed. You put the tape, lie in bed, start your breathing, listen to the music, continue breathing and fall asleep. If you can fall asleep like this, biologically you form a habit. That is nature's law. That when you go from a state of consciousness to a state of unconsciousness, that means when you are awake and when you fall asleep, in that period, if you are practicing this breathing, over a period of 3 months or 6 months, you will form a habit of breathing these rhythmic breaths. Instead of doing this or that or running here and there or listening to this man or that man. Just follow this simple method of rhythmic breathing and establish this breath in you 24 hours. Then see what happens. Then see what happens. Are not all the doors open? You just see. Is not your eyes capable of seeing through stone? Just see. Are you not able to see the inside of your body? Just try. Instead of having any philosophy, just try. Follow. Pardon? Yeah, we have a tape that works for half an hour. And I think a normal man within half an hour should fall asleep, unless his sleeping habits are so bad, which is very rare. So in this half an hour of music, you hear the music, you keep breathing, and whether it is 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes in which you fall asleep, just fall asleep and forget everything. You see? I have gone a step further, but I have not been able to make that little thing still. I am not satisfied. You see, most men I see wear a chain and have something in that chain. So I want to make a small thing which they can wear in that chain. And that small thing every 15 hours will give a sound, beep, 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 to remind you whether your rhythmic breath is continuing. Understand? So that will be an additional help when you are awake. And if you breathe when you are falling asleep, with these two and with the tape, some people find it convenient as a workmaster to plug in and do the work. So that continuously there is breathing in the ear, and they continue with the breathing, and also they can do the normal work. It's a question of going wholeheartedly for 3 to 6 months, but then the change will come. You see? Depending upon the intensity of effort, yes. Otherwise, even after 3 to 6 years, nothing happens. Or in 6 lives also.
What exactly the change is happening?
The change is the misunderstanding will go that you are what you are. And instead of philosophizing, you will actually know you are what you are. You see? And that is a change. Today we don't see what we are in fact. We see what we are on the surface. After this, breathing is imposed for all 24 hours. That without philosophy as a fact, we see what we are actually in fact. So that is the change. That is the transformation that is very essential. To know exactly what we are. To say that we are structured in transcendence is philosophy. But to experience that transcendence is the fact of life. You see? Are you? Cell cycle? Just listen to this music. See my hand. You get it? So you breathe in. You breathe out. You breathe in. You breathe out. You see this rhythm? This is the rhythm. This is the rhythm you see in the ocean. And this is based purely by the ancient rishis on the rhythm of the earth. And we being on this earth, if we follow the same rhythm, then we know something. You see? And to know that something is everything. You see? Otherwise it remains philosophy, my friend. Everything is a philosophy. And the simplest things of life. But the most important things of life are very simple and are priceless. Like air, like water, they are priceless, but without that we can't live. So the rhythm that I am trying to tell you is priceless. But talking about the rhythm has no meaning. You impose this rhythm. Try to breathe with it. Another point. It's not a deep breath. It's a full breath, but not a deep breath. It's a slow breath. You know, if you take a deep breath, then it becomes an exercise. It's like a normal breath, it is a full breath. You see, unlike the normal one. Some breathe here, some breathe here. It's not a full breath. So this is a full breath, but a slow breath. It's not a deep breath. But this rhythm is very important. Did you say 1836 chair? Now see, the same rhythm you see again now. Now you will see the same rhythm at 18. 18 fellows, eh? At 36. You see the rhythm at 36 now. You see? This is the same rhythm at 36. There are different breathing exercises at different rhythms. It's the same rhythm, but at different speeds. And this is how we correct our whole body and mind to a particular rhythm. You get me? 18 chair? તમે અહીંયા ઘણા જણા છો જેને મેં આગળ બી સમજાવેલું હતું ને કે નહીં કે ભૂલી ગયા જવા દો. Then 10 minutes of 18 cycles. Now I will show you the 18 cycles and then tell you why. It's neither slow nor that fast. It is 18 cycles of the same rhythm. See? It's the same rhythm. Now, why do we have these 3 different cycles? It is to correct the rhythm. There are a handful of exercises only. It might take hardly 10-15 minutes a day, which will set your entire body and mind into a rhythm. When you're conscious of a rhythm, then you live to that rhythm. If we are not conscious of a particular rhythm, how are we going to live with that rhythm? Even if the rhythm were to exist in us as well as in the whole universe, if we are not conscious of a rhythm, it's useless. We have to be conscious of the rhythm. When we are not conscious, it seems as if we have no rhythm. It's not that. It is to be conscious of a rhythm. You get my point? So to be conscious, this is to make you conscious of a rhythm. We can talk about rhythm, it has no meaning. We must know the rhythm and we must practice that rhythm. And then there are practices at different rates. The cycles are different. But the rhythm is same. If you can get angry, if you can get happy, if you can laugh with a rhythm, then your anger is not anger. You get my point? If you can get angry with a rhythm, your anger is not anger. So these are the different rhythms. Now I'll speak to them in Gujarati. શું બાપુ સમજો કઈ તું? આ રિધમ તો છે એ વાત ખરી, પણ કોઈ જો આપને ના સમજાવે કે રિધમ શું છે અને એ કેમ ચાલે છે, એ કેમ વહે છે, તમે આપણને સમજ ના પડે. આપણને કોઈક રિધમ હશે, ભાઈ રિધમ એટલે શું, કઈ જાતની, એ જાણવાનું અગત્યનું છે. એ જાણવાને માટે જે અસલના આપણા ઋષિ મુનિઓ જે આ સમજાવી ગયા છે, તે આ સમજાવી ગયા છે કે આ રિધમ છે, આ પૃથ્વીની રિધમ છે કે જેની ઉપર આપણે પ્રાણી છીએ. અને જો એ પૃથ્વીની રિધમ સાથે સાથે જો આપણે જીવીએ, એ જ પૃથ્વીની રિધમ સાથે આપણું મગજ કામ કરે, તો 3 મહિને કે 6 મહિને કે 12 મહિને જેવી આપણી શક્તિ, જેટલું આપણે મન મૂકીને આ બ્રીધિંગ કીધું હોય, તો આપણે કોણ છે એનો ભાન આવી જાય. આ રિધમમાં જો તમે જીવો, આ રિધમમાં જો તમે સુવો, આ રિધમમાં તમે ખુશી થાઓ, આ રિધમમાં તમે ગુસ્સે થાઓ, તો પછી જિંદગીની મજા સમજવામાં મળે. ને તો કે એક રિધમે ગુસ્સે થાઓ, બીજા રિધમે તમે ખુશી થાઓ, એ તમારા ટુકડા થઈ જાય. સમજ્યા? અને ટુકડાનું જીવન ટુકડું જોઈએ. શું સમજ્યા ભાઈ? માટે એ રિધમ શું છે એ સમજાવવાને માટે આ ટેપ બનાવવામાં આવી છે. આ ટેપમાં આ જ રિધમ પર સાયકલ જુદી જુદી છે. મિનિટના 12, મિનિટના 18, મિનિટના 36 શ્વાસ. અને એ જુદી જુદી રીતે કરવાથી આપણું આખી રિધમ આપણા શરીરમાં અને મનમાં બેસી શકે છે. આ રિધમ 3 સ્ટેપ રિધમિકમાં બહારે ચાલે છે. કરેક્ટ આપણી રિફાઇનિંગ એક્સરસાઇઝમાં 36 ચાલે છે. અને ફેઝ એક્સરસાઇઝમાં 12, 18 અને 36 ચાલે છે. એ જ્યારે આપણે કરીએ, એ બધું કરવા માટે ખાલી 10-15 મિનિટ જોઈએ છે, વધારે નહીં. પણ આ 10-15 મિનિટમાં જીવન ફેરવાઈ જાય છે. જો તમે મન મૂકીને આ કરો તો પામશો, ન કરો તો કંઈ ન થાય. શું? પણ તમે જો કોઈ રાજકોટ કે અમદાવાદ, કોઈ કાંથી અહીંયા આવ્યા છો, આટલી બધી મહેનત કરી શકો છો, તો શું 15 મિનિટ દિવસમાં ન કરી શકો? ઇઝી છે ને બધું છે. See, what I am telling them is, some of you have come from very distant places, and that's a much bigger step you have taken. All I am asking you is 10 to 15 minutes daily of the simple exercises, isn't it? So if you can do that with your heart in it for 3 to 6 months, or maximum 12 months, that will make the change you will never imagine. Provided you have done it. And for that, the formula my teacher has given me. In the first few weeks, 7 minus 1 is 0. In the next few months, 30 minus 1 is 0. Then after a year, 365 minus 1 is 0. So to that regularity, if you can go with all your heart, you see the difference for yourself. 7 minus 1 is 0. In the whole week of 7 days, one day you don't do it, the week is lost. In a month of 30 days, if you have not done one day, the month is lost. And finally, in the whole year, one day you don't do it, the whole year is lost. You get my point? With that regularity, if you can do the simple things, then see what happens. Pardon? No, there are various exercises. This is one which I call 3-step rhythmic breathing. Based on different cycles of 36 and 18, there are simple 6 refining exercises. Refining meaning how to clean the entire body of all the emotional muck and dirt that we have collected. And then there is the phase exercise, which inculcates this. Refining exercises are at 36 cycles, the first 3 of them. And then when you come to the phase exercise, it goes from 12 to 36 to 18 to 12 and totally cleanses your body and mind and establishes firmly that rhythm. The whole idea is rhythm, one particular rhythm. And this is the basis. At 12 it's the basis. But by practicing at 18, 36 and 12 again, with those simple exercises, we establish a rhythm. Remember, the entire blood comes to our lungs twice a minute. Science says they take oxygen. The Shastras say they take rhythm from the breath. You get my point? Then science says they go to all the organs of the body and deposit oxygen. The Shastras say they go to all the points in the body and deposit rhythm. This is the difference between science and Shastras. You see? So if you can do this exercise, say for 3 months or 6 months, how many thousands of time or lakhs of time the blood has come to the lungs, taken the rhythm, gone back to the organs and come back. You see that? How the whole thing works. And from inside then you blossom like a rose, like a kamal. That is the whole idea of progress. That is the whole idea of transcendence. You have to bloom like a rose from inside out. And unless the rhythm makes you bloom, there is no other way. You get my point? So, તું કહેશે મને નહીં સમજાવ્યો. આ શા માટે આપણે બધું કરીએ છીએ કે જો આપણી રજે રજ આખા શરીરને બ્રેનના દરેક સેલમાં જો આ રિધમ બેસી જાય તો આપણે કમલની કાની કે રોજની માફક ખુલી નીકળીએ. બીજી રીતે નહીં. અને જે દિવસે આપણે અંદરથી આમ ફૂલી નીકળશું ને તે દિવસે માલમ પડશે કે યોગ શું છે તે હવે નહીં માલમ પડે. પછી તમે હઠ યોગ કરો, ભક્તિ યોગ કરો, કાંઈ પણ કરો, પણ જો રિધમ ન બેસી તો કંઈ ન થાય. What I'm trying to tell them is, whether you follow the path of bhakti, whether you follow the path of hatha yoga, whatever path you follow, rhythm is absolutely essential. If you impose rhythm, then only you can go like a flower from within. And the whole idea is to grow from within out. Then only your fragrance comes. You see? That is what is required in life. And at the same time, nobody prevents you from living your normal life. You need not go to an ashram, you need not go to Himalayas. In your own house, in your own office, wherever you are working, it does not matter whether you are a clerk or a managing director. The rhythm that you will experience and the transcendence you will experience with it one day, no managing director is going to experience. સમજી ગયો તો? નહીં સમજ્યો? હા, તે શું કહેવા માંગુ છું કે આ બધું કરવાને માટે આશ્રમ હિમાલય કેથે જવાની જરૂર નથી. તારા ઘરમાં, તારી ઓફિસમાં તું જે બી કામ કરતો હોય, ક્લાર્ક હોય કે મેનેજિંગ ડિરેક્ટર હોય, આ રિધમ જો તારામાં ચાલે ને તો તને સમજ પડે કે શું છે શું. અને તું ભલે ક્લાર્ક હોય પણ મેનેજિંગ ડિરેક્ટર એ રિધમ નહીં સમજશે અને તે પામશે બી નહીં જે તું પામશે તે. પણ આખો વખત આ રિધમ ચાલવી જોઈએ. આ રિધમ ચાલવી જોઈએ. There are no difficult things to do. These are simple things requiring hardly 15 to 20 minutes a day. But those 15, 20 minutes are reserved. When I last went to Mysore, last month, there was a very fine crowd of people trying to learn this. All I asked from them, I said, give me a loan of 15, 20 minutes a day for 6 months and I will pay you back. You get my point? So I am requesting you here all to give me a loan of 15, 20 minutes every day for 6 months. I will pay you back. Because I can only be happy if all around me, you all show me happy faces. I can't be happy if you are unhappy. And that is the purpose why I want you to take this rhythm and practice this rhythm, you see. Because the more people will breathe this rhythm, the more people who are happy, I shall be very happy. And the whole purpose of life is to see all around us happy. You see? Thank you. Yeah. Yes, this tape is available, yeah. And it can be created again and again from the master tape. जरा ये कोई हेल्प करियो नहीं मास्टर टेप માંથી કરવાને માટે. Then I talk to you after the 3-step rhythmic breathing. There are 6 refining exercises. Why are they called refining exercises? As we live a normal life, there are times when we go through great unhappy periods, and the negative emotions we may be able to express sometimes in an anger. Sometimes if that person is a superior person to us or a dear person to us, we swallow it also. So, according to the Shastras, we create granthis, knots. And the important places where these knots take place in our body is here, is here, is here, is here, is here. These are the places where these knots take place. And the translation of these knots is pain. Our body knows only one language, pain. If it wants to draw your attention, it will create pain in a particular part of the body. That is how it can talk to you. Because we have not yet learned to talk to our body. There's a method of talking to your body. As I am talking to you, you are talking to me. There is a method in the Shastras of talking to our body. But since we do not employ that method of talking to our body, the body finally cries out in pain at certain points. And normally if you see in life around you, people will complain here, 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 here. So we have refining exercise. These are the 6 refining exercises. Of course, one is supposed to do the maximum for 3 minutes. But even if you do for 1 minute each, it's good. So 6 refining exercises will take 6 minutes. You can do your 3-step rhythmic breathing consciously for 5 minutes. Then with the tape at night. When you go to bed. And then finally, after you have completed this over a period of 6 to 12 months, you go to the final exercise, simple exercise, what is called the phase exercise. That of course comes a little later. There, as I said, you have the different cycles, 12, 36, 18, 12. That is the final tempo. When you do that, it's over. People are fond of very complicated things. There was a time when I used to cure various ailments by giving a piece of cotton to be kept in the left or the right nostril at a certain time of the day or night. So people would take that piece of cotton and say, "What? This will cure me." So it was psychological failure. So we always think that this simple exercise, are they going to transform me? If you think that, everything is over. But as I said, the best things of life, the priceless things of life are that simple. So समझियो तू? समझ गयो? अरे वाह, हमारी मेहनत बच गई. Of what? Of exercises. See, now she is taking interest. I am very happy. How many of you have just had your dinner? All of you? Then how will you do it on a full stomach? Come in the morning. Isn't it? Because if you do here and here, it must be empty. But don't have a breakfast and come. Huh? Come on an empty stomach. You decide, all of you. You see, just like overdoing exercises is not good, overeating is also not good. But the science and shastras always differ. Science says, let there not be a long gap between your two meals. You might develop ulcer. The shastra says, you eat too many times a day, you develop ulcer. Shastras forbid eating at least more than once daily. Only once daily. Either you eat in the morning or you eat in the afternoon. But do not eat after 4 p.m. समझ गयो? समझ पड़ गई ना? उससे अच्छा. You see, so with this also comes a certain discipline. But then you might feel that if I do not put enough calories, as the science would say, calories, and I spend so much calories, then you get the calories from your breathing. That is the idea. In this rhythmic breathing, the idea is to have these calories in the body with that rhythm. And once you get enough calories by way of breathing, a rhythmic breath all 24 hours, then your food intake, your sleep intake should become less. And yet you remain very fresh. You see? So this is the simple ways of yoga, real yoga. Not what is shown in all around the world. Forget that. There's no yoga. You see? And those complicated asanas is no yoga. And what is everywhere stated as pranayam, which are mere breathing exercises and not prana, control of prana and direction of prana. If they can do that, then it could be pranayam. But ordinary breathing exercises are called pranayam. All this is useless. It is drama to show people how much you can do and how much you know. But the simple few exercises, if you can be very honest with them. So, madam, come in the morning with your stomach empty. Okay? And I will keep my promise if you keep yours. સવારે કાલે મળવાનું છે બાપુ? Will 9 be all right? Will 9 be convenient to you all? So in the morning, try to come on an empty stomach. Try to come on an empty stomach. No bread, butter also. The beauty of one meal a day. I am not able to mathematically prove it. A heavy man reduces. A thin person increases with the same breath. I don't know. I've still not got the mathematics of this breath. How with the same breath, a very heavy man becomes thin and a thin man becomes heavy. In the sense that not thin, but whatever his figure should look like, healthy figure. It does both ways. And this breathing also does both ways. That is why I am so intent upon introducing this breathing, this rhythm. I am not introducing only breathing, I am introducing a rhythm. And I am sorry, I cannot say I am introducing, this is in the Shastras. I have only learnt myself. You see? So, friends, let us meet tomorrow morning at 9 and start the exercises. Okay? We'll do it. I will show you. You will do with me. So that we all learn. Okay? Any questions? Tired? I never get tired unless my 3-step stops. And it doesn't stop for 24 hours. Bolo. I don't follow.
What measures should one take when one finds that tamogun is predominant?
Poor tamogun is blamed all over the world. You see, every school of yoga tries to talk, to develop sattva and to press down or remove tamo. But that is not what the Shastras say. The Shastra says there must be a balance between rhythm. There must be a rhythm between sattva, rajas, tamo. If you don't sleep, it will be bad for you. And you can't say it's tamo. You get my point? So it is not an eradication of a particular guna. It is the balance and rhythm of the 3 gunas. That is what we have to develop. And we are afraid mentally and emotionally about tamo, about rajas, as if sattva is the only thing God has created. No! In this universe, all 3 must exist for a balance. It should not predominate. Not any of them should predominate. And supposing you look back, sit down, try to think what are the negative things in you, and you make out a list. Then if you try to remove one by one all these negative emotions, you will require many lives. So the best thing is put in rhythm. Conflict will go. Because what does science say? No 2 things can occupy the same space at the same time. If you put in rhythm, there cannot be conflict. You get my point? So instead of thinking of removing negative, you see, if there is darkness in this room, you can't take a broom and sweep darkness. You have to put on light. Not worry about darkness to go. Put on light, darkness will go. Put in rhythm, conflict will go. You get my point? Samjhe na beta? So the point is, introduce rhythm. Forget about anything else you have. Introduce rhythm, the things you don't like will go. You get my point? It's easy. Okay? Any other question? We meet tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Thank you for coming.